हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णुवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मुक्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्य देहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuryama Devaः Bhadram Pashyemakshaviryajatraः Sthirairanjaiः Sushtuvagam Sastanoभिः Vishema Devahitam Yadayuः Swasti न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम। We shall chant from the second mantra. Tanha Sarishirvacha Bhuya eva tapasa brahmacharyena श्रद्धया संवत्सरं संवत्स्यथ यथा कामं प्रश्नान् पृच्छत यदि विज्ञास्यामः सर्वं भवो वक्ष्यामि इति। अथ प्रबन्धे कात्यायनः उपेत्य पप्रच्छ भगवन् कुतो हवा इमा प्रजा प्रजायन्त इति। तस्मै स होवाच प्रजाकामो वै प्रजापतिः स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा स मिथुनम् उत्पादयते रयिं च प्राणं च इति। एतौ मे बहुधा प्रजा करिष्यत इति। आदित्यो ह वै प्राणः रयिरेव चन्द्रमा रयिर्वा एतत् सर्वं यत् यन्मूर्तं चामूर्तं च तस्मान्मूर्तिरेव रयिः। So after 1 year of tapas, brahmacharya and shraddha, the student Kabandhi Katyayana approached the teacher Pippalada Rishi and he asked his question, Hey Bhagwan, from where all these creatures have come? From where all these creatures are born? So the teacher then replies, okay, there is this Prajapati who has the desire to create the world. So he does tapas. So tapo taptva, tapas taptva. So having done the tapas, he gives birth to Rahi and Prana. So Rahi is all matter and Prana is the experiencer, the one who experiences. See, Ishvara has got this twofold Prakriti, Para and Apara. So Apara Prakriti expresses as this world of matter, the gross and the subtle matters which are there in this world are all expressions of Bhagwan's Apara Prakriti. Not only the 5 elements, but also the senses and the Antakarana are all matter. But what activates the matter? Matter doesn't have the energy to activate itself. So what activates the matter? That power which activates matter is called Prana. So Prana is the Para Prakriti of Bhagwan. And through that Prana alone, Bhagwan alone expresses as the Karta, Bhokta, Jnata, Jiva. So here, Rai is all matter and Prana is the Bhokta. And Prana is represented by the sun. So Adityo Havai Prana. And Rai Reva Chandrama. And Chandrama is Rai. So both Rai and Prana are expressions of Prajapati only. So fundamentally they are not different. Rai and Prana both are Prajapati only. But their functions are different. So when you look at the function, they are different. But when you look at their essence, everything is Rai and everything is Prana. So therefore here the teacher says, Iyan murtam cha amurtam cha tasmat murtireva Raihi. So Rairva etat sarvam. So Rai alone is everything. Whatever has got form and that which doesn't have form, everything is Rai. And everything is also Prana. So when we look at our own personality, our own body, our mind, our senses are all expressions of a Rai. And I, the Karta, Bhokta, Jnata, is the Prana, expression of Prana. So I am the Bhokta and I alone am the essence of me alone are all the Bhog also. But in the state of ignorance, we don't comprehend this. We see difference. We see difference. I am different. The world is different. But when we gain enlightenment, we will see everything as one. We will know everything as one. In Taittiriya Upanishad also, the enlightened person looks at this whole world and as himself, and he expresses his enlightenment by saying ahamannam 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 ahamannado ahamannado ahamannadaha. He says, I am the food and I am the eater of the food also. Means I am both Rai as well as Prana. So when we identify with our own individual limited body, then we see Dvaita. But when we come to understand our essence, we will experience that Advaita. So after explaining the Rai, now in the next mantra, the teacher describes Prana. So it's a beautiful description. Let us chant mantra number 6. अथ आदित्य उदयन यत् प्राचीन दिशं प्रविशति तेन प्राच्यान् प्राणान् रश्मिषु सन्निधत्ते यत् दक्षिणां यत् प्रतीचीं यत् उदीचीं यत् अधो यत् ऊर्ध्वं यत् अन्तरा दिशो यत् सर्वं प्रकाशयति तेन सर्वान् प्राणान् रश्मिषु सन्निधत्ते. Once more. अथ आदित्य उदयन् यत् प्राचीन दिशं प्रविशति तेन प्राच्यान् प्राणान् रश्मिषु सन्निधत्ते यत् दक्षिणां यत् प्रतीचीं यद् उदीचीं यद् अधो यद् ऊर्ध्वं यद् अन्तरादिशो यत् सर्वं प्रकाशयति तेन सर्वान् प्राणान् रश्मिषु सन्निधत्ते. The teacher says कि when the sun rises, atha aditya udayan, with the rising of the sun, what happens? Prachin disham pravishati. He enters the eastern horizon. eastern direction, then what happens? Tena pratyam pranan rashmishu sannidatte. It illumines the entire eastern direction. When the sun rises, you must have experienced this beautiful wonder of this world. At night it is so dark, and if it is Amavasya and all, it's extremely dark. Then, early dawn, the whole atmosphere, the whole surroundings start getting little illumined. And then we see the rising sun. And as the sun rises, the rays of the sun spread all across the eastern direction. The whole eastern direction, when we look at the sun, everything start becoming bright. Then, not only the eastern direction, but yet dakshinam, yat pratichim, yat udichim. So even the southern direction, the western direction, the northern direction, everything becomes bright. Then, Adaha, below, Udvam, above. It's not just one plane of light, but even the sky below and above, everything gets illuminated. And tad yad antara, and also in between all directions, gets illuminated. So yad antara disho yad sarvam prakashayati, everything gets illuminated. Tena sarvan pranan rashmishu sannidatte, and then the light engulfs all the beings who are present in all these directions. This beautiful image is indicated here. The sun represents, as we have seen, the Prana, and the moon represents Rai, matter. So generally we find that when the sun sets and the moon starts rising, all our activities also slows down. We become calm, peaceful, and when the night falls, when it is totally dark, we fall asleep. Generally, the creatures, they follow the sun. See, in Kali Yuga, all our natural behavior has gone little wrong, but generally, all creatures, they follow the sun. When the sun rises, we also rise. When the sun sets, we also rest and go to sleep. So at night, everyone as though goes into the lap of the moon. But when the sun starts rising, and when the heat and the energy of the sun starts engulfing all creatures in all directions, then all of us, we become active. See, the sun, we get direct energy from the sun. In fact, all creatures, they survive, they get their energy from the sun alone. Some get it directly and some get it indirectly. But we get our energy from the sun. The plants and all, they are very subtle creatures, so they have the capacity to absorb the power and energy of the sun directly. So through their leaves, they can uh, absorb the energy of the sun, chlorophyll and all. And when we eat the plants, we also get the energy indirectly. And there are those who eat animals, they get the energy still more indirectly. But the whole source of power and energy is the sun only. You must have experienced that at times when the sun is not visible in the sky, when it is very cloudy, then there is a sort of dullness in the whole atmosphere. And if we don't see the sun for a few days, it affects our mind also. We start becoming sad, we become depressed. There are some countries, there are some places on earth where they don't get enough light of the sun, enough sunlight, so they feel little lethargic, sometimes sad. Then they travel to places where they can absorb and bathe in the light of the sun. So this is seen. So here, when the sun rises, it spreads its power and energy in the eastern direction, in the southern direction, in the western direction, in northern direction, below, above, in all the directions. And when it spreads its energy, all the creatures in that direction gets energized and they become active. So this is a very interesting example or image is given here. So sun who is prana. So the prana itself is energizing us. For example, this body is activated by the prana only. Because of the prana only, the body is active. Not only the body, the senses are active, the mind is active. I become the karta, bhokta, jnata because of the presence of prana only. So it is as though the prana rises and engulfs all the beings in this world and make them active. And engulfs all the beings with its rays. So, what is this now? This can be now understood properly when we go through the next mantra also. So let us chant mantra number 7. स एष वैश्वानरो विश्वरूपः प्राणः अग्निरुदयते तदेतत् ऋचा अभ्युक्तम्. Again. स एष वैश्वानरो विश्वरूपः प्राणः अग्निरुदयते तदेतत् ऋचा अभ्युक्तम्. So, Sa Esha Vaishvanara, this Prana, who has engulfed all the creatures and who is expressing as the Bhokta in all, not only as in human beings but in animals, birds, plants. See, there are some creatures who remain dormant for a long time, and when they get the right opportunity, right environment, again they come alive, they become active. There are some creatures who even travel long distances and remain alive. And when the right atmosphere is there, they again wake up as though and become active. Like we have seen some, like frogs and all, they remain dormant for a long time. And during rainy season, they get the proper moisture and they get proper energy, then they wake up from their long slumber. So, Prana is that beautiful Shakti of Bhagwan which is responsible for all the activities which we see in matter. See, even in the field of science, they study this world. People are spending a lot of their time and their wisdom to understand this world. Scientists have studied matter, all the chemicals, they have discovered so many different types of chemicals. The beautiful table is there of the elements, the Mendeleev's periodic table revealing the variety of elements which are there in the world with their properties. So amazing. And it is so very beautiful, this Mendeleev's table, periodic table, that even if you go to some other new planet and find some elements or some material there, you can classify them within this periodic table itself. So all this matter is there, which is studied by scientists. They have studied the earth element, they have studied the water element, they have studied the fire element, the light. Now as they start studying the subtler and subtler elements, it becomes more and more mysterious. The earth itself is mysterious with so many varieties of elements. It is so wonderful. All of them, they have different chemical properties, different physical properties. They behave differently with each other. They behave differently in water. They behave differently when heated. Such, such a vast variety of elements are there. Then we have this water element, which is also most miraculous, most marvelous. Without water also we will not be able to survive. Scientists, they study water, there are different types of water also, different isotopes and all. Then they study light, and light is very mysterious. Light behaves like a photon also, light behaves like a wave also. So light is even more mysterious. The speed of light remains same. Whatever be the speed of the observer, the speed of light is constant. Light is very mysterious. But more mysterious than light is air. And air is not understood by scientists properly. The gross air only we know, but air is very subtle. Air is that which affects our sense of touch. So it's very subtle. And subtler than air is space. Scientists are confused with the nature of space. So vast, infinite space is there. And space also has its own behavior. Space also gets affected by matter around. Space also vibrates. Space also vibrates. When heavy matter come together like black holes, when they come together, the whole space starts vibrating. Recently they have measured the vibration of space also. But subtler than space, and that which activates space, and that which activates our senses, our mind, is Prana. Prana alone is expressing in us as the life. But Prana is so subtle and so very mysterious that scientists have not yet understood it. So this Prana is the one which activates everything. Prana is the one who activates matter. So in us, that Prana is the one which activates our body. We become the doer. It activates our senses. We become the knower. Through the senses, through the mind, through the intellect, we also enjoy. We become the enjoyers. So the karta, bhokta, jnata we become because of the presence of prana. But from where this prana has come? Prana is expression of Prajapati. And from where all this matter has come? The matter is also expression of Prajapati. So Prajapati alone is expressing as matter and prana. Prajapati alone is expressing as the bhokta in all the beings, as karta in all the beings. as Jnata in all the beings. So here the teacher is saying that Sa Esha Vaishvan, Prajapati is also called Vaishvanara. He says all this is Vaishvanara alone. All creatures put together, all of us put together is Vaishvanara, the Virat Purusha, the Vaishvanara. He alone is the self of all beings. Sa Esha Vaishvanara Vishvaropa. He is Vishvaropa. He is of the nature of the entire creation. Vishvaropa. He alone is Prana. He is expressing as Prana, the great miraculous power for Prana. And he alone is Agni, the Bhokta Agni. Sa Esha Vishvanaro Vishvarupa Prana Agni Rudayate. So this is the entire creation is expression of Vishvanara, of Prajapati. See, the question was asked that from where all these creatures have come. The teacher is saying all the creatures are expressions of Prajapati. So I, the Bhokta, I, the enjoyer, I, the knower, I, the doer, I am really Prajapati only. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. Now look at your own body. How many people are staying in your body? Yeah? How many beings are staying in your body? There is only one being. You alone are staying in your body. But if you just analyze the body, in our body there are trillions of cells are there. Trillions of cells are there. And each and every cell, they have their function. The cells in our eyes, the cells in our nose, ears, mouth, the cells in our heart, kidney, this, that, everywhere. They have their own function. The cells, many cells come together and form the organs. And together they make the organ function. Let us say billions of cells coming together to form my heart. They keep on pumping the heart. Just imagine billions of people are together making the heart function. These little tiny little cells make the heart pump up, tuck, 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 tuck. If one cell dies, another cell is born. And that new cell also knows what to do. The cells in the eyes, they know how to see, how to help vision possible. The cells in the nose, they know how to get the fragrance. The most amazing, the miracle. Miracle is happening 24 hours every second. Even if one cell is removed from our body, That cell has got information about the entire body. The cell in our eyes knows how to everything about the ears also, but it will not. It will keep that information dormant. When we were born, tiny little, we were in our mother's womb, as a tiny little cell which grows and grows and grows to become this huge body. So it appears that there are so many different creatures are there who are functioning in my body. Everyone has got their own function. The legs, the hands, the head, the different organs. But all of them as though have a sense of as though they are having a sense of doership, enjoyership. But really speaking, all of them are myself only. If I am not there, all of them will die. When I leave this body, all the organs becomes useless then. But when I am present, all become active. So I am the life. I am the one who is the self of all the cells. In the same way, that Vaishvanara, Prajapati, is the self of all the beings. Because he alone has become everything now. He alone has become everything and everyone. So everyone is himself. So, sa esha Vaishvanaro Vishvaropa Prano Agni Rudayate Tat Etat Richa Abhyuktam. Everything is Vaishvanara. Now let us again contemplate on this. See, we have the sense of I. In the waking also we have the sense of I. In the dream also we have a sense of I. In deep sleep we don't know, but when we wake up from deep sleep we say, oh, I slept very happily. So I was present in deep sleep also. When I am born, I am tiny little, my body is very small, but there is sense of I. Then as I grow, my body changes, but still that sense of I is there. When I am healthy, the sense of I is there. When I am unhealthy, the sense of I is there. So the I remains constant. But who is this I? Is it one which is there in my physical body? Is it the one which is present in the dream? Or is it something much subtler? So that sense of I means my real self is subtler than the body and subtler than the sense of doership, knowership and enjoyership. Because doer, knower, enjoyership is because of the prana, because of this body and all is the rahi. but I am one who is giving them presence. So when I go dive deeper into myself, that I is an Prajapati. I am really Prajapati. And I am Sarvarupa. And I am Sarvatma. I am the self of all. Not only I am the self in this body, but I am self in the other body also. I am self in all the bodies. Just like I am present in all the cells of my body, the trillions of cells, similarly I alone am present in the trillions of creatures in this whole cosmos. That I am the Prajapati, Vaishvanara. But however much we try and however much we contemplate, it becomes difficult for us to identify with Vaishvanara. So to identify with Vaishvanara itself is the Vaishvanara Upasana. Don't identify with your own limited body, but identify with Vaishvanara. Understand yourself as the self of all the creatures. Vaishvanara. So all these creatures are born from Vaishvanara. But Vaishvanara himself is born from Hiranyagarbha. So the sense of, if you ask Vaishvanara, who are you? He will identify with Hiranyagarbha. If you ask Hiranyagarbha, who are you? He will identify with Ishvara. And who is Ishvara? Sakshat, that Brahma. So if you go deeper and deeper into your own self, when you drop all limitations of your limited body, you will reach Vaishvanara. If you dive deeper, you will reach Hiranyagarbha. If you dive deeper, you will reach Ishvara. And Ishvara is not different from Brahma. You will recognize yourself as Brahma. As Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, you find out who is this I, and that will take you to your ultimate destination. So Vaishvanara is Vishvaropa. So Sa Esha Vaishvanaro Vishvaropa Prana is the Prana, is the Prana, the Bhokta, the Agni who rises and activates everyone. Therefore in Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan very beautifully he reveals that when we eat something, who digests the food? Actually, Vaishvanara only digests our food. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deha Samashkritaha Pranapano Samo Bhutva Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. I, residing in the body, eat all different types of food and digest the food. So all activities which are happening in the entire cosmos is being performed by Vaishvanara. See, again to give that example of our body, our hands are there, legs are there. They have their own power, their own force, their own functions. And billions of cells are there, having their great knowledge about everything of this body, our brain and all. Such vast knowledge is there. But suppose these cells want to go from here to there, will they be able to go? No, unless I go, they will not go. When I walk, the trillions of cells walk. When I sit, trillions of cells sit. When I go to sleep, trillions of cells go to sleep. All actions are performed by me. I am the Atma of all the cells. In the same way, Vaishvanara is the Atma of all the beings. So, sa esha Vaishvanaro Vishvaropa Prano Agni Rudayate. See, this Upanishad is found in the Brahmana portion of the Veda. Brahmana portion of Atharva Veda. We have seen Mundaka Upanishad in the mantra portion of the Atharva Veda. Mantra portion is in the beginning. So here when the Rishi, he presents something, he also quotes from the mantra portion. He says what I am saying is there in this mantra bhag also. So in the following mantra, he quotes from the mantra bhag of the Veda, which conveys the same meaning. So let us chant mantra number 8. Vishvarupam harinam jatavedasam parayanam jyotirekam tapantam sahasrashmihi shatadha vartamanaha prana prajanam udayati esha suryaha. Vishvarupam harinam jatavedasam parayanam jyotirekam tapantam sahasrashmihi shatadha vartamanaha prana prajana udayati esha suryaha. So this beautiful description of this Vaishvanara is given in this mantra, which is quoted from the mantra bhag. It says, is Vishvaropa. That Vaishvanara is Vishvaropa, means of the nature of the entire Vishva. The entire world is most complex, most amazing, most wonderful expression of that Prajapati. Prajapati himself is the most beautiful expression of Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha himself is the most wonderful expression of Ishvara. And Ishvara is Brahma only. So that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, with his amazing power called Maya. Maya is not different from Brahma. Power is not different from the one who has power. So with the power of Maya, Brahma alone is called Ishvara. And from Ishvara alone, Hiranyagarbha is born. Hiranyagarbha doesn't have a physical body. Hiranyagarbha is very subtle. Hiranyagarbha is also called Sagun Brahma or Sagun Ishvara or Karya Brahma or Apara Brahma. Then from Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara is born. Vaishvanara is the first being with a body, first embodied being, Vaishvanara. So the whole world is Vaishvanara only. We are all, if we look at our body and all, they are all part of this Vaishvanara. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna told Arjuna that Maya tatamidam sarvam nivada vyaktamurtina mastani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu vastitaha nachamastani bhutani pashyame yogameshwaram. Bhagavan says, I pervade this entire world. The whole world is in me. But I don't depend on the world. The world depends on me. And in my Supreme Swarup, there is no world. So in the world I am present. But in me, the world is not there. Just as in the ornaments, gold is present. But in gold, there are no ornaments. So, Hiranyagarbha gives birth to Vaishvanara. So in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna requested Bhagwan to show him that Vishvaropa, he says, I want to see your Vishvaropa. I want to experience your universal form. Bhagwan says it requires special vision. So I will give you Divya Chakshu Dadani. I will give you Divya Chakshu. With that Divya Chakshu, Jnana Chakshu, you will be able to see me as that Vishvaropa. And Arjuna saw Bhagwan's Vishvaropa with infinite hands and legs and eyes and face and mouths and all. Everything, everyone is Bhagwan only. Can't imagine it. It is very difficult for us even to imagine. At the same time, Bhagwan is a tiny little ant, he is the elephant, he is the bird who is flying in the sky, he is all the devatas, he is all the rishis, he is the past, he is the present, he is the future. Arjuna could see the entire war happening. So Vishvaropa. So Vishvaropa Harinam Jata Vedasam Parayanam Jyotirekam Tapantam. More about this we will see. We'll see this beautiful mantra in our class on Monday. Till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again, contemplate, meditate, and we shall meet again on Monday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।